Dear children, now we are going to discuss boiling, melting and freezing. Before discussing the boiling, we already discussed the topic evaporation. Evaporation and boiling are one and the same because in both the cases the phase change takes from liquid to gas. But what is the difference between these two? Evaporation takes place at any temperature, whereas boiling takes place at constant temperature. That temperature is known as boiling point. For this, we perform a simple activity to know what the boiling is. For example, take a container, pour some water and place a thermometer in the water. Try to supply heat energy. Try to supply heat energy to the water. What you will observe, the reading of temperature raises. As it is raises, the temperature of the liquid increases, but the temperature rise continues up to it reached 100 degrees centigrade mark. After that, if you go on supplying the heat energy, there may not be any change in rise of temperature. Then the process of boiling starts. That means at a boiling point 100 degrees centigrade for water, the boiling process starts. In that case, what happens? The liquid phase changes to gaseous phase, that is vapor form. So this process is known as boiling. So simply boiling can be defined as the phase change from liquid to gas at constant temperature, and that temperature is known as boiling point. Boiling point for water is 100 degrees centigrade. You can observe it in this activity that the temperature increases up to 100 degrees centigrade, but as we go on supplying the heat energy, but the temperature rise will not take place, but the energy which we are giving or supplying to the liquid is useful to convert the liquid form to the gaseous form. So once again I am explaining, I am defining boiling. Boiling is the phase change from liquid to gas at constant temperature, that is at boiling point. So the difference between evaporation and boiling is evaporation takes place at any temperature, whereas boiling takes place at constant temperature, and that temperature is boiling point. Evaporation is a surface phenomenon, whereas boiling is a bulk phenomenon. Now, one more. After this, we are going to discuss melting. This is, we discussed boiling. Now, melting. Again, melting is also a phase change. Here, students, remember one thing, phase change is different from temperature change. In phase change, temperature will not change. In temperature change, phase change will not take place. So, there is a difference between temperature change and phase change. Melting is also a phase change from solid to liquid. It takes place generally at melting point, that is at 0 degrees centigrade. For example, for this also you can perform a simple activity by placing a ice cube in a container and by placing a thermometer to find the temperature. Now, if you supply heat energy to the ice begins to melt. But if you observe the reading of thermometer, it will be at 0 degrees centigrade until all the ice will be converted into liquid form, that is water. That means at a 0 degrees centigrade, the phase change occur, means the energy which we are supplying is used for breaking the bonds between the molecules of the ice, and the temperature will be at a 0 degrees centigrade until all the ice cube will be converted into liquid form. So melting is a simple phenomenon, that is the phase change from solid to liquid at its melting point. For ice, the melting point is 0 degrees centigrade. Freezing. Now, one more topic we have to discuss, that is freezing. Freezing is again, it is a phase change from liquid to solid. This phenomenon you can observe by placing water in deep freezer at your home. So this is a simple phenomenon, simple phase change from liquid to solid. In case of water, there is a property that if the water is converted into solid form, that is ice form, it will become less denser. So when we place any bottle filled completely with water and place it in deep freezer, you can find it broken after few hours, because as water is converting into solid form, that is ice form, the density will be reduced. As the density is reduced, its volume increases. Why? Because you learned in the previous classes that density is equal to mass per unit volume. As the density decreases, volume increases. That's why when we place a bottle completely filled with water in the deep freezer, it will be found broken after few hours, because as the water is changing from liquid to solid, while it is changing from while the phase change takes place from liquid to solid, the density of the solid decreases. As the density decreases, volume increases. That's why it will break the glass. Thank you.